there's a league with players that feel like they should be getting the attention.
I think Caitlyn was that person that they absolutely needed.
Caitlyn Clark is doing the right thing, rising above all of the crap.
The Unrivaled basketball account had liked a comment that was seemingly throwing shade at Caitlyn Clark. Somebody said, "Please no CC. We've all had enough of her fan base. Let us breathe."
Instant regret is hitting the WNBA as a major shakeup unfolds. Caitlyn Clark, one of the league's brightest stars, has just received an eye-watering offer from Unrivaled.
Caitlyn Clark could receive a Lionel Messi-like offer to play in Unrivaled's startup 3-on-3 league, which is a full-court press to sign her.
A new 3-on-3 basketball league aiming to make its mark. With this unprecedented offer and a big money deal to broadcast on TNT, Unrivaled is pulling out all the stops to secure Caitlyn's talent.
I'm not sure if it would make sense for her. It kind of feels like her recruitment was an afterthought.
But what does this mean for the WNBA? Are they at risk of losing their star to an emerging rival? Or will Caitlyn see this as a gamble not worth taking?
Our biggest star in the league, Caitlyn Clark, is only making a base salary of around $76,000. Unrivaled always boasted about the fact that these would be six-figure salaries that these women would be making.
Today, we're diving deep into the details of this offer, why it could turn the basketball world upside down, and the high stakes Caitlyn Clark now faces. If you want the inside scoop on what could be one of the biggest moves in women's sports, stay right here. This one's packed with surprises.
This is also interesting to me because I feel like it is kind of late in the game to start recruiting Caitlyn Clark.
Let's kick things off with a close look at this Unrivaled offer that has everyone talking.
Caitlyn Clark is needed for this league. It should be one of their main goals is to get her to play in the league no matter what that costs, no matter what that is going to take.
Unrivaled, a new and ambitious 3-on-3 basketball league, is gearing up to launch in January with an aggressive approach to capture the sports world's attention, and they're sparing no expense to make Caitlyn Clark their centerpiece.
Unrivaled struck a television deal with TNT. This exclusive media rights deal is reported to be 45 plus primetime games. TNT Sports are also invested in the league. It's a 6-year deal that could be worth more than $100 million.
The league's offer is reportedly structured with a level of financial commitment we rarely see outside of men's sports, drawing comparisons to major athlete deals like Lionel Messi's high-profile transition to Inter Miami. This isn't just a player contract, it's a strategic move to pull in one of the most promising athletes in women's basketball.
Nafisa Collier, who is one of the founders of Unrivaled, had this to say about Caitlyn. She said, "It's just so crazy because the growth that Caitlyn has brought to the game, the sheer amount of money that she's making these teams, people are having to move their venues when she comes to play, and she's getting paid like $75,000 a year. She should be one of the top paid players in the world just for the sheer numbers that she's bringing." Like Nafisa said, they're changing venues just to accommodate all the fans who want to come watch Caitlyn Clark play.
The deal itself is tied to a substantial broadcast agreement with TNT, a network aiming to host over 45 primetime Unrivaled games in the upcoming season. This media partnership could be huge, pushing women's basketball into a broader spotlight and giving the league a platform that other emerging leagues rarely start with.
Players, coaches, media personality who have been so afraid to just admit the fact that Caitlyn Clark has been the sole reason for so many of these things happening this season in the WNBA.
The financial backing is strong, with the potential to exceed $100 million over the contract period if viewership benchmarks are met. By positioning Caitlyn as their marquee player, Unrivaled is banking on what fans and analysts are calling the Caitlyn Clark effect, the power she has to attract audiences, boost ticket sales, and build a loyal following.
We have former NBA players playing in Big Three. For Cube to come out and be like, "I'm going to pay Caitlyn Clark more because that's the value that I see in her." And he was so unapologetic with the way that he came out and said, "This is who we want. This is the value that we see in her."
But this offer isn't without risk, especially for Caitlyn. On one hand, it's a chance for her to headline a new era in women's sports.
During this offseason, the players are already moving around. We have Kelsey Mitchell going to play in China, Nalissa Smith also playing in China, and Temi Fagbenle will be playing in Turkey,
where she'd be playing under different rules, potentially sparking even greater interest in her career and 3-on-3 basketball itself.
What is the Unrivaled League? Unrivaled is an innovative 3-on-3 league that runs during the WNBA offseason. There are 6 teams comprised of 5 players each.
On the other, Unrivaled is still unproven, and while its structure sounds exciting, it's no guarantee that it will establish the same level of respect and prestige the WNBA has worked so hard to build.
Unrivaled losing out on a player like Caitlyn Clark, obviously, knowing the Caitlyn Clark effect, knowing the kind of ratings that she brings, I think it is a huge missed opportunity.
The risk of joining a new league like this lies in whether Unrivaled can truly stand on its own as a legitimate competitor and maintain the long-term interest of fans.
The league was founded by Breonna Stewart and Nafisa Collier. Let's check out some of the players who have opted in to playing in Unrivaled. Erike Ogunbowale, Kelsey Plum, Angel Reese is playing, Dearica Hamby's playing, Natasha Cloud, Dejanay Carrington is playing, Brittany Griner is playing. So why do we think that none of the Indiana Fever team has signed up to play in Unrivaled?
Caitlyn has seen her share of fierce competition and earned her place in the WNBA with grit and skill, so jumping ship now could mean leaving behind the stability of an established league. Despite Unrivaled's grand vision, the league could face challenges attracting the consistent viewership and sponsor interest that the WNBA has built over time.
I think that the money needs to be high. It needs to be in the millions. It needs to be what Cube offered her for the big 3 at minimum.
So while this offer shines with star appeal and the thrill of something new, it's ultimately a gamble, a major decision that could shape Caitlyn's future in women's basketball and possibly redefine the industry.
But I think Caitlyn Clark stepping into a league that hasn't been established yet, through the firestorm that she has had to go through in the WNBA, who's to say that once she gets into Unrivaled, all of these narratives, your fan base is this, all of this starts up again?
Will this big offer be the game changer that brings Caitlyn Clark into a new spotlight, or could it be a high-stakes leap that doesn't fully pay off? As we move further, we'll dive into Unrivaled's strategy, why they waited until now to make their move, and whether Caitlyn's potential involvement could propel or undermine the league. Now let's get into the timing of Unrivaled's push for Caitlyn Clark. It's hard not to wonder, why did Unrivaled wait so long to make this massive offer?
I'm not sure if it would make sense for her. It kind of feels like her recruitment was an afterthought. And also, if we look at these players, there have been some that have been in the media because of things that they have done or said to Caitlyn.
By now, Caitlyn is already a major figure in the WNBA, and rumors about her potential involvement in alternative leagues have been swirling for months. So why did they wait until the roster was nearly complete and their season launch was right around the corner?
Angel Reese is playing in this league. Dejanay Carrington is playing in this league. Skylar Diggins is also someone who is playing, and she was the one who checked Caitlyn Clark. I just feel like you might be setting yourself up for some more drama. Now, if Caitlyn is okay with that, I guess go for it, take the money and run.
The timing feels like a missed opportunity. Other leagues like Ice Cube's Big 3 have shown a proactive approach, openly acknowledging Caitlyn's talent and engaging her as a serious recruitment target early on. In contrast, Unrivaled was surprisingly quiet on their interest in Caitlyn, keeping their strategy under wraps until the last minute. This delay may have cost them precious momentum. By waiting to approach her, they missed out on rallying her substantial fan base around the new league and building the type of preseason hype that could have solidified Unrivaled as Caitlyn's new stage from the get-go.
We saw the kind of offer that Ice Cube made to Caitlyn to play in the Big 3. That is $5 million to play 3 months.
Complicating matters, Unrivaled's social media strategy has been somewhat murky. Instead of fully supporting Caitlyn as a top pick, they even liked and interacted with some negative comments about her on social media.
That's a scenario that we haven't seen happen, and I feel like that would be all over the headlines. And it also creates a target on your back when you say things like that.
This lack of a clear public commitment could make Caitlyn and her fans question just how valued she would be in this new league. Was Unrivaled really seeing her as the face of their brand, or was this a last-ditch effort to land a big name as they scramble to fill the final spots on the roster?
Caitlyn Clark's last WNBA playoff game had over 2.6 million viewers, and now we are seeing the ratings dip under 1 million viewers.
There's also the matter of the league's trajectory and whether they're prepared for the level of attention Caitlyn Clark brings. The last-minute nature of their offer could signal an underlying rush to get established players on board, which can look reactive rather than strategic.
Few weeks into the Indiana Fever's offseason, and we are already seeing some major moves from players and the Indiana Fever front office.
If Unrivaled had been more deliberate in their approach, securing Caitlyn from the start, they could have crafted a campaign around her, a player known for electrifying fans and changing the game on the court. Instead, this late-stage approach feels like a scramble, and that raises the question, will Unrivaled truly provide the support and platform Caitlyn deserves?
I was wrong about the impact that Caitlyn Clark was going to have on the WNBA. I did not think it was possible that one player could come in and basically quadruple the ratings.
Timing is everything in sports, especially when it comes to recruitment. By dragging their feet, Unrivaled may have given Caitlyn every reason to hesitate. With the WNBA growing steadily in viewership and popularity, why risk stepping into a new, unproven league that only recently decided she was essential?
All you African-American women have been to her is racist. You've been saying white girl, white bitch the entire year.
Listen, if people want to portray and paint the narrative that there are racial tensions in the WNBA as a result of Caitlyn Clark, I would say that's their own problem.
Caitlyn's commitment to any league hinges on respect, value, and a clear vision, elements that seem to have come late in Unrivaled's game plan. Now let's explore what Caitlyn Clark might face if she takes on the challenge with Unrivaled. Accepting their offer could open exciting doors, but it also presents a unique set of risks that may impact her career in unexpected ways. With Unrivaled still in its early stages, this league is a leap into uncharted territory, particularly given that it's a 3-on-3 format, a major shift from the 5-on-5 gameplay Caitlyn is known for. Transitioning from WNBA-style basketball to a smaller, faster-paced league may test her adaptability, and fans might wonder how well her skills would translate.
Caitlyn Clark is not worried about it by giving her fans a heartwarming message saying this: "Thank you to the many people who have supported me as I've been able to live my childhood dream. I'm filled with gratitude as I reflect on this past year of my life. See you all in year 2.
Then there's the potential for media frenzy. Caitlyn's WNBA career has already been marked by its share of drama and scrutiny, both on and off the court. Players like Angel Reese and Dejanai Carrington, who have previously clashed with Caitlyn, are also part of Unrivaled.
It's killing you that a straight white woman has come into the League of Angry Lesbians and dominated everything.
Their history of rivalries, competitive exchanges, and social media showdowns could ignite new tension in this tight-knit, highly visible league. Rather than focusing solely on her gameplay, Caitlyn may once again find herself at the center of media attention, facing questions about rivalries instead of her contributions on the court. Another big consideration is the financial aspect. While Unrivaled's offer is massive and undoubtedly appealing, Caitlyn has already built a strong brand presence and secured numerous endorsement deals, making her one of the most marketable athletes in women's basketball. Joining a new league might bring additional media pressure, forcing her to juggle brand obligations, potential controversies, and an unproven league structure, all of which could impact her performance and mental well-being. The potential return on investment in Unrivaled must be carefully weighed against these risks. It's about more than just the paycheck.
Caitlyn Clark has been the best thing, the most dominant thing to happen to the WNBA ever. Remember, there's been good players come out of college, but nobody really cared. We'd seen it. Nobody really cared.
Finally, there's the broader question of stability and timing. The WNBA is growing at a historic pace, with fan engagement at an all-time high and more visibility than ever before. Caitlyn is already part of this momentum, benefiting from a dedicated fan base and a league that has structure, stability, and a rich legacy. Would it be wise for her to step away from an established environment to enter a league that's still finding its footing?
And it's so sad that there are so many people that continue to turn a blind eye to that, knowing how selfless she is, and they still want to say Caitlyn Clark, she's not the reason, let's give other players their flowers. No, Caitlyn Clark is the reason.
If Unrivaled struggles to maintain viewership or doesn't deliver on its grand promises, Caitlyn could be left bearing the weight of an uncertain future, facing the prospect of rebuilding her career momentum from scratch. All in all, Caitlyn Clark's choice here is about more than just a financial windfall or a new playing style. It's about the impact this decision could have on her career longevity, her mental and physical health, and her ability to remain a strong, respected figure in the sports world. Is Unrivaled worth the gamble, or would staying the course in the WNBA be the smarter, safer road for a career that's already heading for the history books? And there you have it. Caitlyn Clark is standing at one of the most pivotal crossroads of her career, and the decision before her carries weight far beyond the allure of Unrivaled's massive offer.
Maybe it is a good thing that Caitlyn Clark isn't playing in Unrivaled this season.
Problem is you have all of these players, Angel Reese, for example. You have Alyssa Thomas fueling the ideas of racial abuse by fans, but there's no real evidence of it. Brittany Griner speaking out against it. It's, the fans are calling us this, they're shouting these things. Did anybody hear any of these racial slurs happening or these racist actions by fans? The evidence wasn't there, so how are you going to talk about it if there's no evidence, right?
On one hand, this groundbreaking 3-on-3 league promises unprecedented earnings and media attention, as well as a chance for Caitlyn to be a transformative force in a completely new arena. On the other, her established presence in the WNBA comes with stability, a loyal fan base, and the ongoing opportunity to elevate women's basketball within a respected league that's only gaining momentum.
We've seen such a huge inflection of attention, and her play, just the way she plays the game, I think that's going to be sustainable.
The stakes here are real. The challenges and risks that come with Unrivaled, the possibility of shifting rivalries, media pressure, and the unknowns of a league yet to find its footing are all factors that could shape Caitlyn's career for better or worse. Does she stick with the established, proven platform of the WNBA, where her legacy is growing by the game, or does she take a leap into the unknown to help build something fresh, where she could be a trailblazer but faces unprecedented pressures? Ultimately, it's a complex, layered choice that will undoubtedly make waves no matter what Caitlyn decides. Whether she joins Unrivaled to carve out a new niche in basketball or continues her meteoric rise in the WNBA, one thing's for sure, her decision will influence not only her own career, but also the future of women's sports. Caitlyn Clark's impact on basketball is just beginning, and this choice could be the start of a thrilling new chapter or a chance to double down on her path to greatness in the WNBA.
Most points by a point guard in a season in WNBA history. Most double-doubles by a rookie guard in WNBA history. Most points by a rookie in WNBA history. Most assists by a rookie in the history of the WNBA. First WNBA rookie to record 2 triple-doubles. First triple-double by a rookie in WNBA history. First triple-double in Fever history. The first player to be named WNBA Player of the Month and Rookie of the Month in the same month. First player in WNBA history with 20 or more points, 15 or more assists, and 5 or more rebounds in a game. She won Rookie of the Month 4 times. Eastern Conference Player of the Week 3 times, single season rookie record for assists, single season rookie record for 3-pointers, single game record for assists 19, franchise record for most double-doubles, 3-pointers, career 10 or more assists in a game, franchise record for most career 10 or more assists in a game. Fastest WNBA player to reach 100 3-pointers, she did it in 34 games, most assists by a rookie in a WNBA All-Star game for which she received the most fan votes ever, 700,000 of those. Fastest player to reach 350 points and 150 assists to start a season regardless of years in the league. People will say, pay more attention to the other folks. Like, she couldn't do it herself. LeBron has teammates, Jordan had teammates. I understand.
What do you think? Should Caitlyn take this risk and join Unrivaled, or is the WNBA still where she'll make her greatest mark? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think this is the right moment for her to shake things up, or should she stay with the league that's already seen her become a star? Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you found the breakdown insightful, and hit that subscribe button to stay updated on all things basketball, from the latest player moves to the big game-changing decisions that shape the future of the sport. Thanks for watching, and until next time.